Dan, tell us a little bit about the project, where you stand, and what your thoughts are.
So the project is in a very exciting phase. I actually think my developers, it's a team called Zero Innovates out of Chicago. They are stuck at the airport right now because of the weather, but they're flying from Chicago to New York tonight. I bought an iPhone 4 the other day because the build requires me to have at least an iPhone 4. And the good news is apparently when they get here tonight, they're going to load up the software on my phone and should have the first opportunity to actually test the thing out.
So give us a quick run through of exactly what you're creating.
Okay, so what I'm creating is an augmented reality Twin Towers iPhone app. And I've described it in my Kickstarter video, which is, you can get to it at www.110stories.com. That forwards right to my Kickstarter page. And the app can be described in three words. It's orient, augment, comment. So what the app does first is tells you whether or not you are physically in a spot from which you could have seen the towers if they were still there, which is basically a 50-mile radius. If it determines that you are, then it allows you to orient your phone. It directs you to orient your phone so that your phone is facing where the towers were. Once you're facing the towers, it uses augmented reality to draw in a silhouette of the towers. Not an actual photographic-like rendition of the towers, but an artistic, very thin line that gives the impression of the towers, but in the exact right size and shape and in the exact right spot.
It's kind
Once
of
you've done
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Once you've done that, you take a composited photo that includes whatever you're seeing through the camera and the towers. And then after you do that, it asks you to comment. I want people to say something about why they felt compelled to take the picture. It can be something very serious. It can be something as light as my dad and I used to play baseball, and we used to stand in this park, and you could see the towers in the distance, and it makes me happy to see them back where they were. Once all of that is done, you submit, and submit allows you to submit via Twitter, Facebook, Google+, and to the website 110stories.com, which is a location that's going to have a map that looks very much like the same 50-mile radius on the app. And the submission of each individual who took one of these pictures is going to be pinned onto the map. So you'll be able to come to the website and say, hey, I wonder, I've been living here my whole life, but I have no idea what the World Trade Centers looked like from the top of the park that's now built over the Fresh Kills dump in Staten Island. I've never been there. I'm sure it has an amazing view of the towers. I could scroll over someone's submission from there and go and look and see who they are, what they wrote, what their picture is, and then communicate with them,
Well, let's
connect
talk a
with them.
little. Let's run through really quickly where you are in terms of raising the funds for this. It's been kind of a really interesting story, kind of exciting, and I'd like to hear about that.
It is a really exciting story. At one point, I was talking to someone who said he might just fund the whole idea for me. I found the developers. I was always pretty sure I was going to put the thing on Kickstarter, but then that backer fell through. And I was so committed to the idea at that point, and the idea that if I took it on Kickstarter, I would also not only be raising the money, but doing my marketing. And so I put it on Kickstarter. I bankrolled a big chunk of the development out of my own pocket, hoping that I would raise the money, and said on Kickstarter I want to raise 25 grand, which builds the iPhone app and the website. The app is free, so I'm not in this for the money at all.
So the app is 110 Stories.
110stories.com will be the app.
110.
Correct. It's the
Okay.
height of the buildings.
All right.
And also, of course, everybody's telling their own story. So I put it up on Kickstarter 17 days ago. I've raised over $20,000. I have over 340 backers. including some extraordinary people who've come out of the woodwork, people like Fred Wilson, Jason Hirschhorn, who have backed me and tweeted about me and done some, just amazing, selfless things. The experience has been so incredible, not just as a technology and art project, but literally as like a human experience for me in seeing all of these people who've donated from $1 to thousands of dollars, essentially really giving of themselves.
It's really awesome. You have, what, 12 days left on the Kickstarter?
I have 12 days left. Um, I'm over 80% there. I'm cautiously optimistic that I'll make it. My goal is to continue to promote hard because under Kickstarter's rules, should I manage to raise something in excess of 25, that goes into the project as well. So it enables me to add more features, do more marketing, whatever I need to launch the app.
So, how do people connect with you on social media? Do you have a page for this, a Facebook page?
So I have a Facebook page. It's pretty big. Twitter handle is my name at Brian August. There's also at 110 Stories. And of course, there's the website 110stories.com, which takes you to my Kickstarter page where you can see the video. And the video is really the single best thing that tells the story. It's about 3.5 minutes long. And if you're at all interested in getting involved, that's what I suggest you do.
What if, what would you say to the social media community of professionals in New York City you're learning from doing this project, and kind of why you did it and what your hopes are for a year from now looking back after the 10th anniversary?
Well, I'm lucky enough to have been in this community for a long time, since pretty much the 90s, the earliest days of Silicon Alley 1. And I have a lot of great friends, and a lot of my, social media has really enabled me to be friends with the people I also do business with. And when you come up with an idea like this and it resonates with people, I can go out to people who have very big social followings and say to them, hey, I need you to do me a favor, tweet this out, put it on your Facebook page. And very quickly, this thing reached a very large audience. So don't be afraid, if you believe in what you do, to go out and call in your chits. I mean, I have a lot of people I've done favors for over the years and continue to do that. And I know that there are certain times, and this is one of them, where I'm not afraid to turn around and say, hey, I need you to do something for me.
Well, I want to thank you for doing this interview very quickly, and we're using some innovative technology, but I want to get with you and use some more innovative technology, the Watch It To platform, and we're going to plan doing some interesting stuff with that. I'm really excited about the possibilities it offers.
Thank you. That sounds great. And for people who are interested in learning more very quickly, tomorrow, Tuesday night, I'll be presenting the technology at the New York Tech Meetup. So even though it says sold out, I know for a fact there are some tickets available at the door. So come on down. I'll be available to talk to people during and after.
All right, Brian August, thank you for taking the time. I'm going to turn off the recording, and then we'll talk just a second here.